everyone to Redefining Engineer Moms, AI's role in work-life integration. Hello, my name is Gabriela Salazar. I'm a mechanical engineer, and right now I'm pursuing a PhD in industrial engineering. I have more than 10 years in industrial software experience, and right now I serve as a pre-sales at Aviva, where I align cut-edge technology to our customer needs. But my main experience for this topic is my two kids. I have a 7-year-old and a 1-year-old. So because I'm a mom, a student, and I work, I need to make life so easy for me as much as possible. So this is why I'm gonna give you some tips on how to use AI to ease your life. Sorry, I forgot. I wanna thank my friend Carmen, who couldn't be here. Thanks, friend. She was a great insight for this presentation as well. So during this session, we're going to analyze the challenges, opportunities in transition from a parental leave back into the engineering workforce. We're going to identify some tools and a strategy to empower you as a woman and make things easier. And we're going to compare some practical applications for simplifying your daily task. So let me tell you a story. A true story. I don't know if that was a horror story, but it is an interesting story. I graduated about the same time from my master's degree when my first son was born. Then my second pregnancy was really hard. And because I thought just having one child was not enough challenge, I decided to have a second one. And then pursue a PhD, keep working, and then try to juggle my life between all that. As I was saying, my pregnancy was really hard. It was really rocky. 2 weeks before my due date, my son broke his elbow, and he had to go into urgent surgery, and they put some nails in it. They call my son the Renator. This is because he jumps and runs and try to keep him calm during all this time while he has a cast, so he doesn't hurt himself. It was really hard. I came out of a C-section, my second C-section. I had a newborn. My kid with nails. I remember at shower time, it was, oh my God, that was at least 2 hours for me and my husband to get everyone ready for bed. You know. Then, luckily, I had 5 months of parental leave, and that actually let me bring out the powers and superpowers that I didn't know I had, like as a mom, as a worker, as a student, and everything, like trying to readjust your life. But when I came back from my job, it was even more overwhelming. You had to launch 3 products more. You don't call that product that anymore. There's some people in your team that moved position or left the company, so you don't have the same team, and you have to readjust to that as well. You release this new feature, you're sunsetting this product, then you have 2 compliance courses due next week, and of course you still have to do your homework from your master's degree or your PhD. Well, you're also thinking, if you breastfeed, have you ever thought about maybe light whining, or what are you going to do on that? Do you have the uniform already? What about lunch? Have you seen my phone? Do you know where my keys are? I came to the kitchen, but I forgot for what. So if that has happened to you, you're not alone. So if you're in that current situation right now, I mean, you're doing it great. So if it sounds difficult, it's because it is difficult. So we're gonna go through that. And then you go back to work, and then you have all these feelings of being guilty of leaving your kids. Everything has changed. You look yourself in the mirror, and that's not the way you looked in your clothes before. Like, oh my God, you know. You need more time. You feel exhausted because suddenly 24 hours in a day is not enough. You need more than that. So you worry about keeping your skills in this rapidly evolving field. How do I keep up with this new technology coming up all of the time? And I feel like a stranger in my own office when I came back. I feel lost. So those feelings are really natural. But let's see how AI can play a role here in smoothing this transition path. Just for the sake of it, let's kick things off by defining the term artificial intelligence, which is usually shortened by AI. In simple terms, AI is when computers simulate human brain, or they try to do the same things as us, like learning, understanding a language, self-correction, and much more. Essentially, the computer trying to do what our human brains are capable of. But let's all agree that AI is just a tool. It'll never be able to solve things entirely for us. And this is simply because of the creativity and the skills that we have developed during practice and experience. So right now that AI replaces us, it's a long shot. But it can actually help you doing things like learning something new, remembering key terms, discussing a hot topic, especially if you don't want to discuss it with another human, political or things like that. Sometimes I was telling the other day my friend that I even practice sometimes the discussions with my husband, that he's right here in the front row. When I don't want to tell him things, I go and tell them, like, you're my husband now, and then I get replies on that as well, so it makes things better, So, yes, my love, good, you're doing it great. So, there are different levels of, there are 3 types of AI. Narrow AI, that's the one that everyone has at the tip of your finger, in your cell phone, in your WhatsApp, in your Facebook, in Netflix, Alexa, Siri, even in the Tesla sensors in the cars, you have them right there. It's really good at doing one task only. Then we have general AI, that is also called strong AI, that could perform any intellectual task as a human can do, like reasoning or learning. But that doesn't exist yet, it's theoretical. And then we got super intelligence, like in the I movie with Will Smith, in which they are smarter than humans in every way, creativity, decision making, but that's just science fiction for now. So let's focus on the narrow AI, that's the one that we use. So the key here is that if you focus only on task instructions or procedures, AI is really good at doing that. So the key is that you can be instead stay in the process level where analysis, decision making, and adaptability is required to ensure that the human role remains fundamental and relevant in the environment where AI is a complement and not a substitute. So let's demystify that AI will replace us in doing whatever, but you can be replaced by someone who's better at using AI than you are. So the good thing is that AI is really easy to use, and you can start using it gradually and then build up from there. For example, you might initially use it to make minutes of meeting, for example, or a summary of a lecture, or explain a new process or a lecture, or make a quick professional post to LinkedIn. Even sometimes I just write my ideas in there, and I can make them look pretty, organize them, especially in a different language. This is my third language, so sometimes it's difficult, So a few things to keep in mind, it's AI inaccuracy. So AI system has been trained only using data up to September 2021. So this means that the model doesn't have knowledge of events from developments that happen after that. So all these factors contribute to AI inaccuracy. So it's our job to make sure that the information that we're getting from there is correct. So always ask for references and go look to see if the information is correct. Because AI is only as good as the data is trained on, and humans train these machines, right? So we can have a lot of issues on that too. So believe it or not, generative AI has been accessible to the masses for a little over a year or two as of this presentation. So everyone has access to it now, and it is a Wild West fight in the market for all the applications that we have right now. We have in the infographic the 50 most visited AI tools. We have a winner, ChatGPT, then Character AI, Bard, among others. We can see below, it's like really small, but 70% of male uses them versus 30% of females. And it's mainly used for AI chatbot, text writing, image creation, video creation, or design and content creation. But let's deep dive to some AI tools in the market that can help us with all the worries that we had before. So you can ask recipes, workout, tutor your kids for social media posts, brainstorming ideas, coding and programming, some data analysis, documentation and presentation. You can also ask to role play. For example, if you have a difficult conversation with your boss that you want to talk about your salary, you want an increased salary, so you can actually role play, pretend to be my boss, and then give me some ideas on how can I make sure I get that increase of salary. So it's really good for that. The big thing here is don't use it as a web engine. It's not a web engine. Remember that AI doesn't understand anything if we could actually say understand. So it's fed off all the information that we give them. So I suggest you to use context primary ideas. For example, give all the background information that they need, significant data points, topics to include, constraints, restrictions, original text. You can upload the PDF or the CVS file or the Excel file for it to learn it. Use anything relevant. Then you can prompt a persona idea. For example, you can tell you are a sales expert, you are a business consultant, you are a financial expert, you're a lawyer. So give me an advice as if you were even my grandma, for example. You can ask also for the way you're outputting your ideas. Is it a table that you want? You want bullet points, you want pie chart, bar charts, you want a script, you want a code, you want a schedule, what type of output you want to receive. And then target audience, who you're talking to, a college students, a new customer, a new logo, to the dentist, to a lawyer, to your husband, right? And then the good thing about this is that it's, the way I see it, is like a great intern. It never complains. So you give them a lot of information and it has through a whole library. And if you don't like the way they did the job, you can tell it, do it again, try again, now put this information, now redo this, change this, and so many times. So you can follow in your ideas if you're not 100% sure of what you got. Let's see. For example, a bad prompt might be, give me a list of things to do to implement a wind farm. You're gonna get a huge list. You're gonna get a lot of information in there, but that might not be a great information. But for example, hopefully you can see it in the back there. If you say who you are an expert project manager who knows how to scope a project and break it into constitutive tasks, and I want you to help me create a comprehensive task list of my project. See how I put project in curly brackets. Then down below, you can tell ChatGPT and put more context. What's my project? We are planning to build a wind farm on the North Pole, and it will have 50 turbines that are 100-meter tall and 40-meter blades, and all the information that you want to give. And then you also tell them how you want the answer to be delivered. I want a table. I want a creative headline. Table with the first column is the list of the tasks, the second column gives me a short description, and the third column, etc. And then a list of assumptions, some suggestions, and deliver your response marked down using headlines, subheads, and bullet points to make it easy to read. So you can actually give as much information as you would give to an intern, and that will give you a better answer. And then the good thing is that it also has memory. So if you didn't finish doing this job, you can come back a week after and say, do you remember the talk we had about the wind farm? So I'm gonna upload this file to you, which has all the qualifications, skills, and availability, and match the staff to whatever requirements that we built up yesterday, and then it's gonna read the file and give you a proposal. Of course, now you have to add that human touchy feeling and your experience and everything to the results. For some reason, it's not showing, but you can also customize ChatGPT. For example, if you're always asking, be a sales rep and give me the answer on this context, you can fix that ChatGPT to give you that answer. So if you're always a sales rep, but you can also make different chatbots. For example, you can have a software engineer, you can have a lawyer, you can have a financial advisor, and then you can have the responses of you want depending on the context that you're adding. So that's actually really good because it's also part of ChatGPT. Why I'm focusing on ChatGPT? Because during my research, I realized that it was the one that has the most integration with other applications and gives you more advantages on what you can do. Let's see, let's play this video. So these are some of the integrations that it has. I don't know what's moving. So we can use it for coding, for example, Python, or some data analysis. It should be moving, but it's not. You can use it for tech support if you don't remember how to install your printer or something else. For image generation, video generation, I don't know why it's not that. I think it's good. Okay. If you don't remember how to help your kid with some math, so you can get some help in there as well. Wolfram Alpha is really good for that. Then academic tutor your kids in different languages, fitness, as I said, programming. And then remember we said that we were having issues with our the way we look. So you can ask for a workout in an intermediate level, and then you can say, but I'm at home and I have shoulder pain. I can only work out 3 days, 15 minutes, and then it's gonna give you a proposed routine. And then you can also say, well, now I want a meal plan with that. So show me what I can do to lose some weight at home with nothing that it's so difficult. So if you're looking for a job, you can upload your curriculum in PDF, and it's gonna read the file, and it's gonna give you some suggestions of what to change according to the position you're applying. Also can help you create presentations. You can give them all the information that you want, and it's gonna create slides for you. You can download them, and then change them the way you want. You can also use it for Excel formulas if you have forgot how to use them. For example, in this case, there's a VLOOKUP that it's gonna match the information, and if it's not found, it's gonna show as not listed. So it's gonna give you the formula and the step-by-step. You can copy-paste it, and voila. You don't have to go and look back on the dictionary for Excel, for example. It can help you also with Visual Basic Code. For example, I wanna hide the tabs that I have below. So I ask how to hide those in a macro. It's gonna give me the step-by-step on how to do it. I just copy-paste the macro, open my editor, and run the code, the query, and it's gonna do it. Then, of course, I don't remember how to unhide it, so I'm gonna ask, but now how do I unhide it, right? And then, this is something that I've been using. I'm taking multivariate statistics, which the first topic was matrices. I didn't remember how to add a subtract matrices, so I had to ask it, can you explain me how to do that again? And I didn't ask for it, but it told me, oh, let me make sure I run my Python code to see if I got it right. Like, okay, well, show me the Python code. And I copy-pasted on my compiler, and it actually worked. In my class, we're using R, so I asked, well, can you do the same code in R? And yes, of course, it's gonna give me the code like right away. So it's making my life way easier with homeworks and with assignments, especially because I need time to, like, 'cause I'm in the middle of the class and I have a 1-year-old daughter there and my son wanting to have a class even though my husband is next to me, right? So then you can upload that Excel sheet and come back and say, do you remember the Excel sheet that we had that we worked with it? So can you create some visuals like a word cloud or a pie chart or even a pivot table? So it's going to give you all the information in there and how to do it. The only thing that you're going to do is to actually ask for the right prompt. And you can have different types of images in there. You can also use it directly in Excel. For example, if you have an image that you took with your cell phone, because nowadays no one writes anything, and you just take a picture of it. So you can put that picture on Excel, and then instead of typing all the numbers when you get back and do manual things, it's going to take you maybe 5 minutes. In 1 minute, you can have the information in the table. Of course, you have to make sure that the data that you're inputting is correct. So that was really easy to do. And one final example will be a video creation. For example, if you want to make an invite for your son's birthday, right? Like really easy, instead of spending 15 to 20 minutes creating one, you can just say what you need, and then in a couple of minutes, 3 clicks, you can get a video. Maybe not for a professional, but it's gonna be really easy for a birthday invitation. So currently AI tools aren't perfectly integrated, but we start to see it happening. So now they work with your teams, with your office, with pretty much all the, even in the industrial software section. I put an infographic there of the tools that I think moms and engineers can use the most, including our fitness, our math, our coding, our designing. So you can take a picture of that. Sorry. Now you're going to take a picture of that. Remember, the effectiveness of AI tools often improves with practice and experimentation. So don't be afraid to try new things or ask for crazy things. So in this presentation, we analyze the challenges in transition from parental leave back to the workforce. We'll review some tips and tricks on how different AI tools can help us in the professional and personal life. And I'd like to leave with a message. Let's change the problem into an opportunity. Let's use AI to enhance HI, human intelligence, human potential, and human purpose. So I guess the message for the society and for the business world is simple. AI is here to stay, and its development is growing exponentially. So we all must remain active, whether in academia, business, professional, or as a mom. So understand it, embrace its potential, and avoid falling behind in this new era. This is some references where I grab the information, and of course, lots of ChatGPT at the bottom. Gracias.